Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cocktails with Britt.
Hello, madam.
So today we're going to be making hot grog. Grog. What is grog? What most people know about grog is that it was the ration that was given to sailors, predominantly in the 18th and 19th century, of rum. Probably named after some general who wore a grosgrain jacket, so they called it grog. The deal is it's usually just a dram of rum.
Yeah, there's a lot of different styles of grog. What we're gonna do today is basically we're gonna take all those ideas and make something super tasty that you can serve over the holidays.
Now you can batch this. It does have citrus, but you have to batch it on the day of service. Mm-hmm. You can't batch it like a martini. You have to batch it
because you're using citrus.
And it will separate and get weird. Mm-hmm. So let's make hot grog.
Yeah. Grog usually incorporates a couple different styles of rum because it was what was left over. Today we're just going to use the Kraken. We're using a mixing glass. You can use whatever you want. You could build it in your glass because we're not diluting it in any way with ice. We're gonna put all the ingredients in our mixing glass, stir it up real nice, pour it into our serving glass, top it with hot water and some garnish. Okay, we're gonna start with, our recipe is 1.5 ounces of the Kraken. Normally you would do 2 ounces of your rum, whether that's a mixture of different rums or just 2 ounces straight, but because we're kind of crossing recipes, we're gonna do 1.5 of the rum and 1/2 ounce of the port wine.
Don't spend a lot of money on the port for this. Now, Britt tells me, and she's right, you should have a bottle of port in your house over holiday because you might use it to thin a sauce. It's different than wine. It's fortified wine.
It's almost like a more viscous version of vermouth. You're getting something.
That's exactly
You're
right.
getting like a creamier, fuller
That's exactly right.
vermouth. We've juiced some lime. We're gonna do 1/2 ounce of our lime juice.
So let's talk about lime juice. Why are Brits called limeys? I'll tell you why. Because the British Navy discovered that lime put off scurvy. So they gave their sailors lime juice. So that became a nickname for English people, limey, because they drank lime juice on the boats. So around the world, they would meet British people and they would say, oh, he's a limey, right?
You've never called me limey.
You're not limey. You're American. Oh, ha! Brit.
Now we're gonna add some maple syrup. You can make maple syrup by diluting the maple syrup, but we're not gonna do that. So we're just gonna add 1/4 ounce of our maple syrup. So I just stirred this all together just to incorporate everything. Again, because you're making it a hot cocktail, there is no need to shake. There's no need to stir with ice. So now we're gonna pour into our glass. And Randy, will you top it with some hot water? Beautiful. Okay. And now the really fun part is with these hot cocktails, you can kind of go crazy with the garnish. So what I thought we'd do today is make a ribbon of orange.
More of a warm cocktail because the water cooled a little bit.
It should be steaming a little bit more. One thing I learned, and I think we've talked about it before, is your garnish can really make
Sell your drink.
a great drink even better. And then I cut off the rough edges, made it into a beautiful ribbon. And we're gonna take a couple cloves, punch a couple of these cloves in. I don't like even numbers, so I go 3 or 5.
Style. Even numbers don't work in design.
So now you've got this beautiful
And it's random, which is
garnish.
awesome.
We're gonna float that in. And now you've got a beautiful holiday grog. While you're trying that, I'm gonna show another.
It's absolutely exquisite, and it's pretty hot.
It's pretty hot. Can
Yeah.
I try it?
It's exquisitely good, Britt. The maple is amazing.
The other thing to consider too is
Yes.
that you could add cinnamon syrup, simple syrup. If you've got Cointreau in the house instead of simple syrup, use that. You're just adding a sweetener. Cointreau would add more alcohol, but
So look at that. We're
That's
putting
another
2
option.
garnishes in. We can remove this one. Frankly, that one is stunning.
and your garnish can be prepped ahead of time.
Nick, you have to try this one too.
Oh, that's really good.
So far, we've met with approval.
All right.
Oh my God. It's a little too strong for me.
It's strong. Again, we did 2 full ounces of hard liquor.
That's
Hard
absolutely
liquor.
exquisite. The Kraken brings the spiciness And the lemon and the orange, certainly. The cloves are warmth in your throat. Here's to Grog
And the Kraken.
and the Kraken and Britt.
And Randy.
We might have had a few practice drinks.
Listen, I like to know what it tastes like. I don't just make a cocktail blind.